All right, is it 2 p.m. hour mark? Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's session. If you're new on this chat, welcome to the Rise Investment Club on Telegram. The goal of this club is essentially for us to help people to do better with money. So we try to provide content, resources, connect with guests that can help us learn something about money, help us learn something about careers, help us learn something about investing, whatever the case might be. Just so we are helping someone on this group to do better with either making, managing, or investing money, right? Okay, so welcome everyone. Today we're gonna have like another insightful session. Today we're talking about understanding LinkedIn basics, right? It's one of three sessions that are going to hold every Saturday for the next 3 weeks. So this is the first Saturday. Next Saturday we'll have another session. Just to like follow up on this, right? And you might ask, what's the goal of all of this? We've done our best to like explain what you can gain out of this, but I'll touch a bit on it, right? Um, if we think about social media in general, we've gotten to this stage where we pretty much have a good understanding of the value proposition that social media has, right? All these social media channels. You talk about Instagram, you talk about X, formerly known as Twitter. We've seen people being able to, we've seen content creators, and just people in general, people who run businesses and just, people who want to share. We've seen them leverage on these platforms to connect themselves to audiences, right? I think people use social media to be able to like target potential customers and sell their goods and services. And we've also seen people who just want to share certain aspects of their lifestyle or certain aspects of their work, being able to leverage on Twitter, Instagram, and all these various social media platforms, even including TikTok, to just share, stuff, share their content, share their ideas, and also just connect with people, right? So we've seen how effective like social media has been able to like do all of these things, right? But one social media platform that I don't think we've really gotten to those heights is LinkedIn, right? Which is essentially a social media platform for professionals, right? That's where you want to go and talk about, all of the stuff that you're doing with your work, with your business, and try to also connect with people who are there for the same purposes, right? LinkedIn has so many value propositions as well. A lot of people have not been able to like leverage on LinkedIn to like, connect with professionals. A lot of people have not been able to like leverage on LinkedIn to like get more job opportunities, right? And for the people who do actively use LinkedIn or, have optimized their LinkedIn profiles for such purposes, we have seen results, right? So that's the reason why we're having this session today, to essentially, or these pair of sessions, right? This collection of sessions, to essentially help us to understand how we can use LinkedIn to one, put ourselves out there and expose ourselves to like better like job opportunities, and two, also to like connect with our fellow professionals, expand our professional network to be able to help us one, learn more, or do better at the job that we're doing or the business that we're running. Today, we've been able to like secure a guest who is a HR professional, but also someone who has specialized in understanding LinkedIn, and being able to like optimize that profile, your LinkedIn profile, so that you're able to get visibility. She's someone who has, actively rendered these services for like a lot of clients, Nigeria and beyond, right? And we've been able to convince her, to come on here and give us these sessions for free. So yes, want you guys to enjoy this. Want you guys to like take notes, and yeah, just get the most value that you can from all of this, right? Okay, so at this point, I would just invite Vivian. The person I was speaking about is Vivian. So she's going to have the next couple of minutes to be able to like give us her presentation. So the structure of this really is that as she's giving her presentation, please be taking your notes. If you do have questions, you can jot them down to ask them later on the call, or you can just drop them on the chat here on Telegram and then we'll read them out, right? So Vivian is going to have about like 40 to 45 minutes to like deliver her presentation, and then we'll have about like 15 to 20 minutes where we can just take questions and she can answer these questions, and then yeah, by 1 hour thereabouts we should be done with this. All right. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Sit back and yeah, please enjoy. Vivian, hi, good afternoon. Thanks for doing this with us. I know personally how super busy you are. Um, but yeah, we're very grateful here at the Rice community that you're able to, connect with us and share some of your expertise with us. So hi, Vivian. Good afternoon. I've unmuted your mic. Please say hi to the room and yeah, take us off.
Hi, Chubi. Thank you so much for having me on the platform. I'm pretty much excited to be here. Good afternoon, everyone. I can see 61 participants on the call. This is amazing, and I'm quite excited, to share my knowledge with each and every one of us. Right. Thank you also, Riceverse community, for putting this together. It just shows how much committed you are to your community. Quite a few organizations put in this much effort, and this is a beautiful one that you're doing. So thank you so much for arranging this. I'm going to go ahead to share my screen. Just give me a minute while I try to sort that out. So if you can see my screen, please let me know.
Yes, Vivian, we can see your
All right.
screen.
Okay, great. Okay, so as Chubi has said, we're going to be having this conversation. It's a 3 weekend LinkedIn series. Today is the start. We're going to be talking about understanding LinkedIn basics from beginner to pro. I've been doing HR for the past 6 years, and one thing that I know for certain is as HR professionals slash recruiters, we go up on LinkedIn every single time to search for talent, so headhunt for talent, and it becomes challenging when there are talents on that platform, but there's really nothing to show that they are talents because it's either their profile is not optimized or they don't have endorsed skills, they don't have the right recommendations, or they just do not know how to put themselves, together and present themselves as the right talent or the best fit for a role, right? And that is one of the major reasons why I ventured into LinkedIn optimization. So I've been doing HR, and currently I'm also a LinkedIn optimization expert. Just as Chibi has said, I've been privileged to be able to work with senior professionals from, yeah, not just senior professionals, from entry level to senior professionals, and optimize profiles across different countries. And each and every of these feats was made possible via LinkedIn. Meaning, assuming I didn't personally utilize LinkedIn, or assuming I didn't personally build my brand on LinkedIn, I don't think in very short time frame I'll be able to achieve all of this. Right. So I'm going to try as much as possible to make this class engaging. So one thing I'll need you all to do is use the Telegram channel chat box. So if you have questions, you can put up your questions there. Chubi is going to be able to like see that and bring my come our attention to that. Yeah. So we are going to begin the class now. So first and foremost, I would like to know how many people currently are on LinkedIn. If you know that you have like you have a LinkedIn account set up, not necessarily active on the platform. Via your show of hands, I would like to see how many people on this call currently have that. Quite a number of you have your hands up, and it's not so much. I expected more hands to be up. So the next question I'm going to ask. So for those of you that have raised your hands up, how many of you within the last say 1 year have been active on the platform? Not necessarily every day, but at least once, twice this year, from August last year till present day. How many of you guys are actually active on the platform? You've made a post, you've engaged or done something on the platform. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, let's just take it down again. For the past 6 months, 3 months, if you know that you've been active, I want to see your hands up. If you know you've not been active 6 months, 3 months, you can put down your hands. Let's see how many hands are up. Wow, Tidu Babs, you're really gone, D1, wow, interesting. Tiwa, great. Okay, for the past 1 month slash 2 weeks, I'm active. I post, I engage, I network, I join groups. Let's see your hands up. Wow, Adeze, your hand has remained up. I love that. Julie, great. Francesca, wonderful. Vincent, wonderful. The last question, for the past 1 week, or you are a regular customer on LinkedIn on a weekly basis, let's see your hands up. D1, Tiwa, Julie. You guys are amazing. So, in a class of about 84 participants, we are barely scratching the surface as to how many people are very active on LinkedIn. And this goes on to show how much people are losing out, right, on LinkedIn. So, today I'm going to be walking you through the basics. In our coming classes, I'm going to touch base with, LinkedIn visibility strategies and some other things that you need to know, including optimizing your profile. Right. So what should you be expecting? You already know it's for 3 weeks. Today we're going to be talking about understanding LinkedIn. Next week, Saturday, which is 10th, we'll be talking about LinkedIn visibility and how to get your LinkedIn sub voice. And then on the very last Saturday, you guys do not want to miss it. We're going to be talking about how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. That is, I'm going to be taking you through the step-by-step process such that after we leave the session, you can comfortably and confidently do it on your own, right? So today what are we going to be talking about? We'll be talking about LinkedIn. What is LinkedIn? Who is LinkedIn for? What you can do with LinkedIn? Why people use LinkedIn? Why people do not use LinkedIn? And things you must do for you to be able to benefit from LinkedIn in general. So, what is LinkedIn? I want us to go to the chats section in the Telegram channel and tell me what you think LinkedIn is. Is LinkedIn a job search engine? Is it a social media platform? Is it just a networking site for professionals? I want to see your responses. And the next 1 minute, I'm not seeing anything yet. What do you think LinkedIn is? Do you think it's just a job search engine where you just go and find jobs? Do you think it's, a social media platform? If you think it's all of them, I want to know. Okay. Ideally, a networking site. LinkedIn is all of them. Gladys says LinkedIn is a social media platform and a job search engine. Okay. So majority of the people on the call says it is all of them, right? And you're correct. In fact, each and every one of you is correct. LinkedIn is each and every of these things. It's a job search engine. It's a professional networking site. But originally, LinkedIn was created for professionals, for the 9 to 5ers, for the people that likes to wear suit and tie and carry serious face. That's what LinkedIn is for. But as the work progress, and as we're currently now in the future of work, we now even have the Gen Zers who are coming into the workspace and all. It's progressing now to be more of a networking slash social media site, right? But still for professionals, right? So LinkedIn is actually the biggest professional network in the world. LinkedIn do not have any restrictions. There was a time that in Nigeria, that's Twitter, was banned, right? This kind of thing, you cannot see it on LinkedIn because on LinkedIn, it's across 200 countries plus, and we have over 1 billion users that are on the platform. So who is LinkedIn for? I've already explained that LinkedIn is for professionals, but is it really only for professionals? Is it really only for professionals? Can students be on LinkedIn and thrive? Can someone who is selling something, for instance, you're a realtor, you sell lands and properties, can you be on LinkedIn and thrive? Are you the person that works in, this Canadian visa and the agents, and then you're expected to, like, sell your services? Can you be on LinkedIn and thrive? Are you a service provider or a consultant? Can you be on LinkedIn and thrive? The default reason is that LinkedIn is just for 9 to 5ers or people that are working, career professionals in their mid or senior level. But the truth is that LinkedIn is for everyone across all levels. LinkedIn is for you. Whether you're a student, you're a recent graduate, you're an executive, even if you are retired, right? LinkedIn is for you. I recently had a client who is a retiree, and she had retired, but she did not just want to be idle. She wanted to still be established as a thought leader, and then she reached out to me and then worked around something for her to build her brand presence on the platform. So yes, LinkedIn is for everybody, depending on what you're trying to do. Whether you're trying to look for a job, you're trying to build your network, you're trying to establish yourself as a thought leader in your industry, whatever you're trying to do, LinkedIn is actually the place for you. Now, when is the best time for you to use LinkedIn? Right now. Because from the demonstration that we have seen, you can see that it's still a virgin land. You have the first mover advantage, right? So now is the best time for you to go on LinkedIn, optimize your profile, and establish yourself as a thought leader in your space. In the coming of years, it's not going to be about your experience, it's going to be about your brand. Your brand will sell you better, right, than your experience and what's not. So LinkedIn is for you. So don't just wait for when you are trying to look for jobs and whatever. You need to actually start now to use LinkedIn. Now, what can you do on LinkedIn? This is a very important question. Um, I think I need someone to tell me what they can do on LinkedIn. By default, majority of the responses I'm expecting would be apply for jobs. But what other things do you think you can do on LinkedIn? I need responses. Someone is asking if there will be a replay. I really don't know. I think should be later on we'll respond to that. So yes, what can you do on LinkedIn? Apart from, I don't want to see job search. I don't want to see job search, please. What else apart from applying for jobs? What else can you do on LinkedIn? Vincent says selling your skills. Yes, 100%. I need more responses. Writing articles. Interesting, Tiwa. I think you're one of the people that raised their hand up for being active. So yes, you're very much correct. Educative blog posts, networking with professionals, building your network, finding partners and investors for your business, learning. Yes, aspiring. Okay, learning. I love that. Networking with professionals, learning opportunities, contributing to industry conversations. LC, you're on point. LinkedIn can be used to build a brand portfolio. Perfect. Perfect. So, yes, LinkedIn can be used to achieve each and every one of this. Now, I have an exhaustive list here of what you can actually use LinkedIn for. And we're going to look at each of these things one by one. Hopefully, I'm able to meet up with the time. So, the first thing is, or the primary objective, or the primary thing you can do on LinkedIn is to build your personal brand. And first things first, you need to have an outstanding profile to be able to get that done, right? Um, Building your or having an optimized profile on LinkedIn, quite a number of people do not really understand this. If you just go on LinkedIn and create an account and you do not, you know, fill it up, right? I'm trying to be very basic now. You don't fill it up with um you don't fill up all the sections. You have your bio, you don't utilize that to showcase your skills, you don't infuse the right keywords there so that you can appear on search pages. You have your about section, you ignore that, you don't have anything there. You have your experiences, you have your skill section, and you don't do nothing about it. You do not even get people to recommend you, and you claim to have years of experience, say 5 years and above years of experience. And I am a recruiter, I'm going on there to look for you that is the said talent, I will not take you seriously. Another example, you're applying for a job, you go on LinkedIn these days, and then you see a job post, and then you see over 100 applicants for a job that was posted 4 hours ago. It means you're competing with this number of people. If your CV is ATS friendly and you are opportune to scale through that first process, the next stage is for LinkedIn recruiters to actually check you out, because definitely you must have in the job application form filled out your LinkedIn URL, right? And then I come on LinkedIn to check you out. Your profile, there's really nothing there. You definitely get my regrets mail. Definitely get the regrets mail. So it's not just about your CV, it's also about what do you have on your profile. So you need to create an outstanding profile for you to be able to build your brand. The next is you can actually get a top voice badge on LinkedIn. There are two top voice badges on LinkedIn. There's the gold and there's the blue. I'm going to talk more about this in the next class, which is going to be Saturday 10th, right? So don't miss it. You can showcase your skills and experiences, right? You can get recommendations, you can get endorsements on your skills. I'll talk about this extensively when we get to that part, right, in the coming series. You can build your featured section into a landing page. I go through profiles on LinkedIn and I see people missing out on this. Yes, you can establish yourself. Say you're a UX, you are UX designer, for instance. You have like your portfolio. You can put it up there on LinkedIn on your profile. Have something on your featured section, spotlight it, and let the link take whosoever that is coming to visit your profile to your portfolio site or whatever, right? Just from your LinkedIn profile, right? So you can do all of these things on LinkedIn, and this is all in the act of you building your personal brand. You can showcase your accomplishments. Now, this one is the one that everybody knows: job search, career development. Yes, you can apply for jobs. I won't talk much about this when we get to how to use LinkedIn strategy and whatnot. I'll also talk to you about hidden jobs that you can get on LinkedIn, right? So yes, we will search for hidden jobs. You can search for the hidden jobs. You can seek career advice. You can access large library of online courses. For those of you who do not know, there is what you call LinkedIn Learning, and you can actually learn a lot of things there, right? But then you still have to like pay for premium for you to be able to access that. So you can actually search for jobs, right? Go there, learn from LinkedIn courses, turn on job notifications and what have you, get insights on job, on the platform. You can create content. Somebody said something about articles. Yes, on LinkedIn, you can actually create articles, you can publish long form content on LinkedIn, you can start your own, like, you can literally start your newsletter on LinkedIn and build your subscriber base. It's very easy to do that. You can manage them also, such that you're writing newsletters, you're putting out content regularly, and it's getting to your subscriber directly to their email. So it's very easy. I find it very beautiful, right? Because it's very easy to use compared to like sites like Medium and what have you, right? So you can also stream and host LinkedIn events. So if, for instance, you're trying to host an event, yeah, you can actually stream live on LinkedIn, and you can actually hold a LinkedIn audio event, something we're having now like this on this Telegram. You can also do that on LinkedIn, right? And these are ways that you can actually use to, build your profile and build your brand. Now, for the sales guys and for people that are very much interested in networking, what can you do on LinkedIn? You can connect with professionals. A lot of people come on LinkedIn and just randomly send connection requests to every Tom, Dick, and Harry they see, and it's not great. It's not a good strategy, right? If you want to be on LinkedIn and get the best out of LinkedIn in very short time, you should know who you are connecting with. You should identify your target audience. If I am a if I'm an HR, for instance, I'm an HR person now, and I want to look for jobs, who is going to be my hiring manager? It's going to be recruiters, it's going to be like talent development leads or head of HR. So I want to connect with these people. I do not want to be connecting with chief technical officer. Like, what's my business with that person, right? So you should know who to connect to, when to connect with these people, and how to go about it, right? You should be able to follow company pages and turn on the notifications on company pages if you're a salesperson, if you want to get real-time information on what's going on, right? And then use this insight to tailor your own strategy, right? You should be able to join groups because on LinkedIn, if you don't join groups, you're only limited to the number of people that are connected with you. So on LinkedIn, there's connection and there's followers. Connections is different from followers, right? So if you do not join groups, you will only be limited to your connections, right? So that is why you need to do that. You should also follow LinkedIn influencers slash creators on LinkedIn. You might start wondering, is such a thing available on LinkedIn? Yes, there are now influencers on LinkedIn. There are now creators on LinkedIn with large followers, with large connection base. And if you are a salesperson um, or a marketing person and you want to push out something, yes, you can actually connect with these people, liaise with them, um, ask them to help them put up your content on their pages because they actually have active followers that can view and do all of that. So yes, you can do that on LinkedIn. You can use emails to send cold DMs and what have you. You can use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to generate leads. Very easy to generate leads on LinkedIn. Very, very easy. And you're rest assured that you're actually getting like pure leads, hot leads, people that you can easily convert. Right? You can do this on LinkedIn. You can turn on, you can turn your profile viewers to clients. When we get to understanding LinkedIn matrix, we're going to talk about that, I think, in the next class. I'm going to explain to you in depth how you can turn your viewers to clients. And also, LinkedIn currently have what you call LinkedIn ads, where you can, create and run targeted ads. So you can also do this on LinkedIn. For those of us that have like companies or you are managing your company pages and all and whatnot, you can also do this on LinkedIn. You can have your company set up a company page there. You can build your brand there. You can post your company updates. You can use the matrix to look at your profile views. Who are those people that are coming to view my profile? You can check how well your post is doing. If you're having much engagement, if you're not having much engagement, if your impression is growing, if your impression is not growing, you can do all of this by reading your metrics on a regular basis. You can also check how well you are appearing on search pages. What I mean by this is, if for instance you have on your bio that you are a front end developer, right? And after a while you decide to go to your metrics to check what am I appearing as in my search appearance, and then you start seeing things like doctor or teacher, then there's something definitely wrong with your profile. You need to optimize it properly in such a way that your profile is appearing for the right thing, which is front end developer. Yeah. So you can actually do this on LinkedIn via the matrix section. And then also for the people using the company page, you can also check or read your company page analytics. Right. And everybody know what HR do on LinkedIn, right? You can post your jobs, you can headhunt for talent. So let me talk about posting jobs. On LinkedIn, HRs, when we post jobs, there's the job feature section that we actually post jobs in. And this featured section, this job section rather, is available to people that are on LinkedIn Premium slash people that are using LinkedIn Recruiter, right? So if I'm not in any of these two, I will just most likely have a free job post that I can use for a very short time, and that's about it. It's quite limited, right? So the next question now would be, so how do other people who do not have LinkedIn recruiters or do not have a premium account, how do they post jobs? And that's why I said in our next class, I'm going to be talking about how you can find hidden jobs, because personally I can post jobs on my page, And if you're not following me or if you're not connecting with me, you would not know that there's a particular job that is available on LinkedIn, right? So that's also one thing that we're also going to look at in depth in the next class. So we can also headhunt talent. If, for instance, you are on LinkedIn and you see a mail, sorry, not a mail, a DM that says searching for opportunities. Are you interested? There's an opening, blah, blah, blah. If you're interested, submit your CV or send your CV here. That is recruiters basically like shooting their shot at you. So you're not actively applying, but because they've gone through your profile or you appeared on search pages, then they reach out to you to see if they can convert you into, like, an active talent in their pipeline, right? So that's headhunting. And we also use that platform to find clients, to find partners, and what have you. Now, on a much lighter note here, from January, since the beginning of this year, there are some set of people that have been pressing single neck on Instagram and all. Congratulations, because you can also use LinkedIn to meet your spouse. And there have been testimonies on this. It's not Vivian that said it, it's just what is there, right? So, yes, let's look at why LinkedIn. I have less than 10 minutes to run through this. Why LinkedIn? Why not Instagram? Why not TikTok? Why not Facebook? Before I proceed, if you have your questions, please jot them down, get ready, put it on, the Telegram channel, so that I can see it and also prepare to respond to your questions. Right? So why LinkedIn? Why not Instagram? What's the buzz about LinkedIn? Why not TikTok? Why not Facebook? We already know that LinkedIn is a global networking site, right? So what it definitely means for you, what it definitely means for myself, what it means for service providers, what it means for business owners is that you can earn in foreign currency rather than just your local currency. I tell my clients that if I have quite a number of people, right, that managing or that I talk to that are freelancers, and I tell them that, look, if you know that you want to earn in dollars, why are you sending connection requests to Nigerians? They're not earning in this currency. So do you think they will pay you in that currency? Right? So you need to actually connect with the people that can pay you in the currency that you're looking for. And if you can position yourself properly, you can establish yourself as a thought leader in a space, or your trust score on the platform, you boost it up so much. You have your top voice badge and what have you. Trust me, people are willing to pay. I got my first job paid in dollars on LinkedIn from somebody in Morocco, just like that, right? And that was because I was able to position myself well and connect with people that are not just Nigerians, right? So yes, you can earn in foreign currency other than your local currency, right? You can find jobs easily. This, you can actually find jobs easily on the platform. You can connect with your employers. I'll talk about this more in our coming classes. Is a global platform. So why LinkedIn? It's a global platform, meaning global opportunities, right? You can get leads easily. If you monitor people that view your profile and you monitor companies that also searched for you via the analytics page, then you can easily know who you want to reach out to via DMs rather than just shooting cold DMs unnecessarily to people. You would actually be shooting cold DMs to people that have an interest in you because they have initially sent you, initially searched for you, or they've initially like viewed your profile. So I don't know if you get that, but yes, you can easily get leads, you can convert them. Already we know that it's less crowded via the demonstration that we had at the beginning of the class. Um, Quite a number of people are there, but very few people are really active there. So yes, you can go and shine there easily, right? There's more trust on the platform. LinkedIn themselves have been able to build the platform in such a way that there's credibility attached to the platform. Unlike Twitter, where now anybody can even get verified, or Instagram, where before you can interact with anybody or do anything, you want to make sure that they are not scammers and stuff like that. LinkedIn, yes, there are scammers there. I'm not saying there are no scammers, but it's very easy for you to tell them apart. In fact, they'll most likely shoot you an email than reach out to you on LinkedIn. And even if they try to reach out to you on LinkedIn, you can easily spot them out, right? So there is more trust on the platform, and there's very less scam. And I think this is going to be my last slide. I think I'm on point. Um, Before I go into the reasons why people do not use LinkedIn, you've all heard me so far. Okay. Please tell me why you currently have, I don't want to call it a phobia or a fear of using LinkedIn, or why don't you use LinkedIn regularly? If you can wake up and then go to your Instagram, you can wake up and go to Facebook and check what's going on. You can post things on LinkedIn and on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. Why not LinkedIn? When you know that you can actually better your life, you can earn more, you can, you know, secure very good gigs. You can even get relocation gigs via this platform. Why are you not using LinkedIn? Please, I want to know the reason why. I have a couple of them, but I want to know why from you. I want to hear from you. Writer's block. Interesting. Elsie. Yeah, I agree. Writer's block. Yeah. But now you know that there are AIs that can help you with that. Yeah. There are AIs now that can help you with that. It takes more effort to make a post on LinkedIn than all those social media channels. Why though? Most people don't want to put in that effort. Well, I agree. You need to write so much big English. Hey, Jesus, oh wow. But that's not true. I think this is more or less like a, you know, misconception. LinkedIn basically looks like a platform for mid-level and top pros. Quite scary for entry level. Yes, Edidion, I agree with you that it is possible to think like that, but that is not actually the case, right? That is 100% not the case. In fact, entry level people thrive so much there right now. And like I said, Gen Zers are taking over that platform. Now you see people that went to the beach to have fun, and then they'll come on up on the platform and post. I'm not saying that it is necessarily right or it should be encouraged, but just so you know that things are changing. There is a phobia because of the constant overhyped write-ups. Teju, I agree with you 100%. 100%. In fact, it's too much. It's too much. A lot of overhyped write-ups, and sometimes you start feeling intimidated, like, what can I really offer if there is, this kind of thing already on the platform? It's because the conversations there are more professional and not just about anything. It's not a forum for echoing sentiment. Yeah, I agree with you. It's actually a platform for, for putting up things that are professional. But then that's why you have, newsletters. You have, like, I know people that started writing articles on random things. I personally, I do have my own article section, my own, sorry, newsletter section that I used to talk about random stuff about life in general, not necessarily work and stuff like that. I think I missed out. Okay, this is a question. What's your take on the idea of adding certifications? Okay, I'm going to get to that during the question time. I hope I remember. Yes, I'm going to get to that question. Then if you haven't used it all or in a while, there's a phobia you have to take a plunge. I agree with you, Chibuzo. Okay, so let me go into some of the reasons I have here. All right. So here are the 15 reasons why people literally do not use LinkedIn, right? You have mentioned quite a few. You have mentioned quite a few. So I'm going to talk about some others. Number one, intimidation. I remember when I also started out on LinkedIn, right? I joined LinkedIn 2018. And trust me, when I joined then, it was just to search for jobs and connect with people that would want to hire me. right? But we are down the line. Apart from like my typical normal HR job, I'm going there to search for talent and what have you. That's about it. When I start seeing people putting up posts on, oh, congratulations to me, I just did this, congratulations to me, I bagged this award, congratulations to me, this happened. I'm like, God, what is going on here? Like, I don't think this platform is for me. It can be really intimidating, right? So because of this single reason, quite a number of people just come and then disappear. Some people find it really difficult to navigate the sites. I've actually had clients that told me, see, Vivian, it's not like I can't write, though. It's not because I cannot, like, come up on this platform and share my knowledge. I just find it difficult to navigate from point A to point Z, right? And because of this, they just, don't try and never try. Some people do not know how to position themselves professionally. Someone said something relating to speaking big English, or some people find it difficult, or they do not know the right ways to sell their services. And because of this, nah, that platform is not for me. Some people, they are jacks of all trade, master of none. They are designers, writers, singers, customer service experts, cybersecurity enthusiasts, and what have you. And because of lack of clarity on what they do, or what they should actually like put up on the platform or on their profile, they just do not try. Or maybe they even put up everything self, and at the end of the day, the profile do not work for them. Because I, as a recruiter, I'm not going to be reaching out to somebody if I'm looking for a cybersecurity expert, and then I actually see people that are literally cybersecurity expert, and I'm seeing your own profile that you're telling me you are a UI UX designer, you are cybersecurity, you are a writer and SEO specialist. I'll think you're joking. I'm not going to go for you, right? I'll literally go for someone that has the skills that I definitely need. So because of that, yes, they don't show up, or they show up and then they don't get any results from showing up. People have fear. They don't really know how to reach out to people or network. Some say they are introverts. I hear this a lot from people that do not like to show themselves or put themselves out there. And because of this, they don't bother, right? Or they find it difficult to relate with people on like higher levels or higher positions, and they say, "Ugh, I beg, I beg, I beg." In fact, there was a situation that happened of recent where somebody connected with a senior professional, in CIPM or something, and then it just escalated. It was not so great, right? The senior person was like, "Oh, you don't have respect, why would you tell me hi?" Instead of you to, like, say hello sir or something of that sort. And because of this kind of, behaviors or attitudes, a lot of people do not try, right? For the person that spoke about writer's block, it's real and it's true. And thank God for AI. We now have things that can help us enhance our writing ability. Jenny.ai, I know if I use Jenny, I'm a writer, I write a lot. So I use Jenny.ai sometimes to help me with my thought process. Or if I start a sentence, it just suggests sentences that could possibly follow. So yes, you can try out some AIs that can help with that. People will judge me. We have haters everywhere, or village people that are following other people. And because of this single reason, please, abeg, let me not show myself. I'm going to run through this. Some people find it really hard to post, or they don't know what to post, or people, or someone will feel like, oh, everything I know or everything I have knowledge of, they definitely know about this, and that's not true. Because if that is true, YouTube, for instance, would have shut down, right? The truth is, as human beings, right, we always seek knowledge, right? Insatiable, always find knowledge every single time. So don't think that whatever you know, it's everyone knows or everybody don't care. That's not true. People will definitely want to know other ways of doing things. So you should post. So these are basically the reasons, and I'm pretty sure you can find one or two things here that resonates with you. And my charge now is, whatsoever reason that you may think that is limiting you from making use of LinkedIn, I'm telling you right now to kill it, because they're all false, right? Yes, they are there. Yes, they are, like, they can pose like a threat, But literally, these are things that you can overcome, right? So I think this should be my last slide. 10 things you must do to benefit from LinkedIn. Chubi, I'm so sorry. I promised you that I'll finish around now. So yes, I'm going to round up now. 10 things you must do to benefit from LinkedIn. Number one, optimize your profile. I can't speak about LinkedIn without really talking about this, because this is like the basic for anything. You need to employ the right LinkedIn visibility strategy. There are about 3 strategies that you need to use on LinkedIn. I'm going to talk about that in our next class. So I'll also encourage you to send the invite link to your friends, to your colleagues, and whatnot. Let them join in the next class, because whatever you think you learned today, you are going to learn times 2 in our next session. Get insights from your metrics. I'll talk about that also in the next session. Network. Oh, as human beings, we are not an island. We cannot thrive if we are alone, and that's why you need people around you. You need people for you to be able to move from level A to level Z, right? So you have to network. You cannot do without it. You need to be able to learn how to create an irresistible offer. And this is for people that are service providers. This is for people that are freelancers. This is for people that are selling one skill or service or a product, right? You should be able to learn how to create an irresistible offer. I'm not going to go in depth about this in our next class, but I will definitely touch on it because it's very important. You should learn how to build a brand. Build a brand. Be known for something, be in a community, know your target audience, right? Don't just be wasting connects. LinkedIn gives everybody 100 connects per month, right? For you to be able to search. Once you exhaust that, there's no carryover. Once you exhaust that, that's about it. Next month, you start again from counting from one, right? So you should be able to use this to the best of your ability. Except if you paid for LinkedIn Premium, then yes, you don't have any limitations. Learn to turn your connect to clients and create content that converts using storytelling. If you're a good writer, then definitely, um, if you're a good writer, then definitely um, that can work for you. And if you're not a good writer, I'm sure there are other ways you can go about it, right? So the ultimate goal is to present a strong and consistent professional image that appeals to recruiters, to hiring managers, to potential clients, to industry peers, to your target audience, and overall ensure that the goal that you have on LinkedIn, you are able to get it. So, with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that you should start using LinkedIn to get your goals. Thank you so much. Now it's time for questions. I know that there was a question in the chat box, the chat section on certification.
Uh, Vivian, don't worry, I'll read it for you. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yes, I
All
can.
right. So, Olawale is asking, what's your take on the idea of adding certifications in front of one's display name on LinkedIn?
Yeah. So I'm going to answer this. What's my take on it? What's my idea or what's my take? It's great, it's good, and it might not also be great. But the truth about it is, if you're a professional and you've acquired some certifications, like professional certifications, and your field is a technical field, that you need those professional certifications to go far, then by all means display it in your bio. That's beside your name. Display it, right? Some people say, oh, it makes you feel proud, or it makes you feel like you know it all, or something of that sort. I like to tell people, because I'm also a recruiter, it helps me do my job easier. If my hiring manager gives me the list of skills that they need, or professional certification that they need from the talent that they want to hire, and I go to the search bar, I search for, say an engineer or cybersecurity person or something, and names are appearing, and already from the list of names I'm seeing, I'm already seeing somebody that has a certificate in cybersecurity, I'll most likely click on that person's name first, because I already know that my hiring manager needs somebody with this certificate though. So let me just check out this person, right? So in that way, it works for you. So if you know that yes, you have professional qualifications that, or professional certificates that will help you move on to a higher role in your career, right? Please, by all means, put that beside your name. It helps, right? When it becomes annoying is when you have quite a number of certifications that do not in any way um, align with each other. You have something in HR, you have ACIPM, you have cybersecurity, you have project management, and then you have everything. Please, what's going on? So that can be confusing, right? So it's best that you'd rather pick something that you have more interest in and then just showcase it there, than just have a mix and match of different things that are not even related and whatnot. Yeah. So I hope that has been able to answer your question.
All right, thank you. So Rabia Tutijani, it's not really a question, but I think like a concern that I think you can speak on as well. I don't know how to position myself professionally and don't know what to post. Vivian, I know I asked you this question as well, like when we first had our conversation about this.
Yeah. So Rabia, you're actually not alone, because truth be told, quite a number of people feel this way. It could either be from you coming from a space where you have more than one skill, or you have diverse interests, and you feel like, oh, how can I actually position myself in such a way that um I can showcase each and every of these my interest on my profile. That could be one. It could also be from you coming from a space of, I literally do not even have any single idea of what I want to do. I'm just new into the industry. I really do not know. So I'm going to answer the question from starting from the first one. How to position yourself if you have like a lot of interest. The first thing that you should do is, in as much as anybody have a lot of interest, because God has actually really blessed everybody with different talents, right? And some are opportunity to have like multiple talents. The first thing you should do is identify your own personal skill, your own personal strength, sorry. Identify your personal strengths and identify the particular skill that you currently have that aligns to that strength. Now, once you're able to map this out, then or once you're able to map that out, and you also realize that this particular interest of yours is something that you want to pursue in the nearest, I don't want to say nearest future, in recent times, right? Then yes, you can start by that and put that up on your bio. Now, if you check on your LinkedIn, there are different things. You have your LinkedIn banner. Your LinkedIn banner should be able to, you know, tell people what you're all about just by them viewing that in a couple of seconds. They should have an idea of, oh, what's this person about and all of that. You can put up something there that speaks to your interest. Your bio should be another strategic place where you can put up things that can actually call recruiters to you. So if for instance, I'm an HR person and I want to be getting jobs in recruitment, because HR is large, so there are different like areas in HR. I want to position myself as a recruiter. I definitely want to have recruiter written on my bio. But if through the years of my experience, I've not exactly done just recruitment work. I've done other things. I've done performance management. I've done training and what's not. I can have that in my experience section, but my bio should definitely have recruiter, because that is the first place or that's the first thing that is going to call a recruiter or a hiring manager to view my profile. Now, if you have other interests, for instance, I told you I have interest in writing, I can decide to create a newsletter and write about my interests. Now, Chubi, when we had this conversation, you told me you are into music, blah, 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 and all of that. You're a community manager and you love finances as well. Chubi will have on his profile, he will position himself as a community manager, because definitely that's what he do. That's what he's currently doing, right? So he will have community manager there. He can definitely put creates newsletters that will talk about his music interests, his music career, whatever. And that is strictly for his subscribers, because subscribers on LinkedIn is different from connections. So if Chubi puts up any post on his music interest in his newsletter, it's not going to be going out to all his connections. It's going to be going out strictly to his subscriber. And definitely, I'm not going to be subscribing to a newsletter that I'm not interested in. So this is another way to look at it or go about it. And then definitely, when Chubi wants to make his random posts right on the platform, he can post about financing, finances, since he also have an interest in it. And the reason why he can do this on his profile is because it aligns to currently what he does, right? So if you want to position yourself, just to wrap up, if you want to position yourself on LinkedIn, identify the things that you are interested in that are similar and put that out there. If there's something that is not similar, for instance, you're a, you're a customer service person, you are trying to switch into cyber security, you can position yourself like that on the platform. But if you now sell gadgets, or you repair gadgets, for instance, that you are not supposed to put that on your profile. Maybe try using Twitter or Instagram to push that other part, right? But just position yourself as what you currently want to portray yourself as to your network on LinkedIn. So I hope that is able to, and that has answered the question.
All right, thank you. So we'll just take like a few more, right, so that we don't extend this session too much. Vivian, if that's fine with you.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. So humanly typed is saying the most interesting work I do is under NDA. So that's a non-disclosure agreement. I cannot post the best of what I do on LinkedIn, at least not without going through the annoying approval process each time. So what's your advice for someone like this?
NDA is NDA. You signed you signed the agreement, so stay away from. I'm sorry, I can't really help you on that. But yes, as far as you've signed an NDA, you are bound by that. So I'm so sorry, you can't really post. But my advice to you would be, you definitely have interest in some other ways, in some other things that you do that is so much related to what you do, but not exactly what you have done. So then you can talk about it, right? So if, for instance, you are doing like a major project, right? You don't necessarily need to come and talk about that project that you're doing, but you can be on the platform and position yourself, as a project person, right? You can talk about, mistakes people make, things around that. You can develop content around projects, but not necessarily on that particular thing that you're doing. So that can be another way to look at it. But as far as you've signed NDA, my dear, stay away from, disclosing those things so that you are not dragged to answer for it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that was like great advice actually. Humanly typed, you signed an NDA. That's literally like a legal agreement. You don't want to like break that. But like Vivian said, you can be smart and still like talk around like the work you do or the sector of work that you do, and kind of like position yourself as a thought leader around that. But do not speak directly around what you're doing if you sign an NDA. So yeah, thank you. Let's see. Peter is saying, as an IT professional who specializes in technical support, back-end development, and cloud computing, what better way can I optimize my headline to enable recruiters to see my profile on LinkedIn search?
Hi, Peter. I'm definitely sure that you do not do these three things at once, like at the same time, right? You're definitely, there's one thing that you are more into right now. So I would advise you to put that up there, right? And then in your about section, you can now talk about other interests that you have. So let's say you are more into backend development, but you're currently working in a place right now that you do technical support and you're learning cloud computing. This is usually most likely the case, right? You can have it on your bio that, oh, backend developer. uh you can have that slash that then you say it's IT technical support and all of that. In your about section, you can start talking about your interest in cloud computing, how you're currently working on, or project that you've done and all of that. On your banner, the banner is that thing behind your profile that you can put up something. You can have like a design and all of that. You can actually put in something there relating to cloud computing, but not necessarily shouting cloud computing. Because say something like, oh, cloud computing enthusiast. Do you understand? So these are ways that you can play around it. And if you have experiences already in the three places, then you can put all of that in the experience section, but not in your bio, right? Because these are three different roles. In as much as they are all in the IT space, but they are definitely three different roles. So you can position yourself in the one that you are very much interested in on your bio, have the rest in your about section and your experience section. That's the best way to balance it out.
All right, thank you. Olawale now Olusoji is saying, is it advisable to create a profile for multiple roles on LinkedIn?
No, stay away from that. No, I'm so sorry to say, but no, it's not advisable. LinkedIn. Okay, so one thing about LinkedIn that you should know is LinkedIn themselves, like the company LinkedIn, they are very strict. If they find out, because usually they sweep through their platform regularly, and sometimes you just come up and then see that your account has been restricted. You know, majority of the times you may not even be able to get your profile back, and this is their own way of ensuring that the platform is credible, right? So no, it's not advisable to put up different profiles for different roles. That is why you have the experience section on your profile. So you can actually have build up your experience section, and maybe then have something in your about section that explains why you are having so many roles, that you have undertaken. I don't know if that makes sense or if that answers the question, but please no, don't create multiple profiles with your name and all of that. No.
All right, sweet. Let's see. Vincent is asking, can LinkedIn be monetized just like other networking channels, or is it made strictly for what it's professionally made for?
So for now, LinkedIn themselves have not said that they want to monetize the platform like Twitter and whatnot. Hopefully, we are hoping that in the nearest future they can do something. But as of today, no, it's not monetized. But definitely, yes, you can make money from LinkedIn, but not like on LinkedIn as far like LinkedIn themselves monetizing it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. I can tell Vincent is a money guy. So Vincent, I know you're still on this call. I saw your name, right? So you know what? Just see, from me to you, just stick around. I reckon they will do that sometime in the future, because what like all
Definitely.
these platforms are doing here, they are so what keeps all these platforms going is people coming on there to like post and like share stuff, and that brings like engagement, right? So a lot of these platforms want you to come on there, so they're incentivizing you to come and use their platform and do your thing. So that's why they're starting to like put out these payouts. It's happened with you see it's happened with like Twitter now. Facebook is also like around the corner as well. So from me to you, I think it will come soon. But yeah, for now,
Yeah,
no, it's not
exactly.
monetized. Yeah.
And also,
Um.
sorry, let me come in there
Yeah.
also. Also, of recent, there are like changes that, or let me not say changes, but new features that LinkedIn themselves they are bringing up, and you'd also see that they are also thinking the way of what's currently going on other platforms. Yeah, there used to be a time there used to be like LinkedIn stories. They took that down. I don't know why they took that down, but I'm sure that as far as they have brought it up, they'll most likely want to bring it up again, maybe better the feature and all of that. So yes, definitely. There's also what you call the service page on LinkedIn, where you can actually showcase your services and then people bid for your services on LinkedIn. So yeah, if it's about monetizing their platform, definitely it's something that I know I'm confident they will do, but currently nah, they're not.
All right. Thank you so much. A few more. If I so Moshood is asking, if I make a post on LinkedIn, is it only my connections that see it, or or is it everyone on LinkedIn? I think this.
So
Yeah,
if you
go for
make
it, Vivian.
Mashood, if you make a post on LinkedIn, right? It is on. If you make a post, okay, now it depends on where you make the post. If you make the post on your normal home feed using your profile, it's just people that are connected with you, and people. It's just people that you are connected with. Sorry, I needed to. I needed to. The only people that you are connected with, and only people that follows you that will see your post. But if you make your post in groups, it's going to be people that you're connected with, people that are connected with, people that follows you, and people on that group that will see your post. Not everyone on LinkedIn. Except if you then have to copy your link, your post link, and then start sharing it, on different sites, and then people start clicking, and then it takes them to your post. But apart from that, yeah, just your connections will see it.
All right, thank you. Final question before we call this a wrap. Um, Ishak is asking if students can make monetary gains from LinkedIn, then how should they go about it without qualifications? And how long should one's bio be?
How long? Okay, let me. I Hi Ishak. Definitely you cannot sell nothing. You can't make money from nothing, right? If you want to make money, you definitely have something that you are exchanging, right, for that money. It could be your skills, it could be, something. So on LinkedIn, you're not just selling your experience, you're also selling your brand. That's why I said you need to be able to position yourself in such a way that your brand also speak for you. Now, as you're an entry level person, you may not necessarily have the leisure of experience that you can play with, but you definitely have a leisure of your skill, and you also have the leisure of how you can position yourself. So if you can position yourself properly in such a way that people see the value that you can give them, then they'll want to pay for your skill, your service, or whatsoever products that you're selling, right? I also want to put it out there. There was somebody that literally sold a bag of snail on LinkedIn, and the person did not sell it to somebody in Nigeria. The person sold it to somebody outside Nigeria just because regularly she came up on LinkedIn and positioned herself not as a snail seller per se. You know how you're a tailor and you're positioning yourself as a fashion designer or origami and all these kind of things. You're positioning yourself, from the high end part. And then she positioned herself, relating it to an SDG goal that she's trying to provide food for Africans and all of that, right? And even when she put up posts, she's putting up posts around agriculture and how, she does her thing, her processes, and all of that. So trust me, whatsoever that you currently have as a skill, whatsoever you currently have as a product, whatsoever you currently have as a service, you can position yourself in such a way that people see the high end part of it, right? And we want to purchase from you, and we want to actually, relate with you. So it all depends on how you position yourself. But definitely, you cannot monetize something that you do not have, right? So I hope this answers the question.
All right, thank you so much. So yeah, 16 minutes past. I think yeah, we've come to the end of this session. I want to say thank you to everyone for joining on a Saturday afternoon. To be honest with you, myself, Victor, and Vivian, like when we're talking about this session, there was a bit of like a debate about when we should like set up this session. The best time for all three of us was actually around this time in the afternoon, but we're worried about what will people be doing on the Saturday afternoon. But yeah, you guys did show up. Tells us that obviously backs up what we know that this session was definitely going to be valuable and insightful. So I want to say thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for your interactions. Vivian told me that she wanted this session to be, interactive, and then you guys did show up, with your comments, with your questions, with your emojis, responses, all of that good stuff. And I think it added values to the session as well. So thank you guys for that. Vivian, I would say thank you so much for doing this with us. Guys, this is something that Vivian charges for. To tell you guys straight up, right? This woman has done this with like so many clients that have like paid her for this, but she's coming here, giving us like free game. So please take advantage of it. Um, so yeah, thank you, Vivian, for doing this. Guys, yeah, we're here at the end of the session. The next session is going to be next week Saturday, same time, same place. You obviously receive communication about it prior to it. So communication will be here on Telegram, your emails, our social media channels. Yeah, we'll share all of this stuff with you. We'll share our social media channels so that you can follow and like keep up to date. Someone asked if the recording is going to be shared. Yes, it's going to be shared. Someone asked if Vivian's slides are going to be shared. No, I don't think she wants to share it, but I'll do something for you guys. I will beg her to give me access to our content, and then I'll do like a summary of it and kind of like drop it here, right? Yeah. So I promise you guys that one. And then yeah, stick around as well, on this Telegram channel throughout the week. There are conversations about like the stock market. We're gonna address that like on Monday this week. I mean next week, because there's a there's a fear of like a global recession looming, right? So that's just really the answer to why stocks have not been doing so well. There's fear of like a global recession. So yeah, people are kind of like um sentiment is like, oh, let's stay away from like this, like high risk, volatile markets, and the stock market is one market that will always be affected in the short term when there's fears of a recession. So yeah, we'll share some more content around this, and we'll try to do some more interesting and engaging stuff throughout the week, leading towards Saturday when we have another session. So guys, the only thing that we need from you guys, really, you guys, the only thing we need is that you keep on like inviting people to this channel, and then you also keep sharing like valuable questions, posts, anything that you see that that we can learn from, that can spark like great conversations around the topics of money, career growth, and anything really that allows us to make manage money better. Please contribute um, meaningfully to this community, and then yeah, just keep sharing the link so that we keep on growing this number. Yeah, that's all we that's all we ask from you guys. Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I enjoyed this session. Thank you so much, Vivian. Thank you to everyone who attended. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, guys. See you guys on the group throughout the week, but also see you back for session 2 on Saturday, same time, same place. All right. Cheers, guys. Bye.